friends, welcome to the Lori Lulu Crochet Podcast, episode 128. My name is Lori, and I live in the Chicago suburbs with my husband Ryan and our cat Daisy. And I love to crochet and I love to knit, and you can find all of that yarny goodness on my social media, which is linked down below. All the patterns that I talk about, all the yarns that I talk about, they will be linked down below as well. In the show notes in the description box underneath this video. Right now I am dealing with hot flash, so we'll see how this goes, as I'm wearing this lovely sweater tee. It's by Tony Lipsy, or TL Yarn Crafts. It is one that you have to do in panels and then stitch together, and I did not like how wide it was, so I've made a whole bunch of modifications to this pattern. The yarn is not that heavy, but yeah, I am warm right now, so we'll see how this goes. I had to turn off the air conditioner. I think I'm finally cooling down, but shall we get into this podcast? Let's get started, shall we? Let me just say, these last 2 weeks have not been easy. Mostly dealing with work stuff, to be honest. Yeah, so, we have this big event coming up in September called Dutch Fest. And in the past, the school has given us the run of the building the day before. So, like the Friday before, they have an in-service, the kids are not there, and the committee ladies can set up, get everything ready. Thank you, that's so awesome that you do that. Well, this year, they didn't ask, what day is Dutch Fest? They just assumed that it was going to be around the 22nd or the 23rd, which would mean that Saturday, the 21st, is when Dutch Fest is happening. And so they scheduled their in-service for the day before, on the 20th. That's a whole week early before Dutch Fest. And I'm just like, what? So we're going to have a building full of kids and staff while we're trying to set up? Great. Done it in the past, it's fine. I have never had to deal with that, but anyway. So it all started because, what stressed me out the most was the fact that we were accused of changing the date. And we did not. It's been advertised since last year. September 28th, Dutch Fest 2024. And yeah, it was just a lot of headache. We sat down, so my coworker Tara and I sat down with the VP of our department and the president, and we're like, this is the problem. We're gonna have a meeting between the school and us and all of that to figure out how we're gonna solve this. And they were both just like, you guys are not, it's not because of you. We understand that you did not create this mess. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, my hair is just something else right now. Anyway, so we kind of threw out some things that we could do to solve this problem. Like, we could do this, we could do this, we could do this. And I was like, ooh, I kind of like those last two ideas, because the ladies would never have to know that this happened. Like, we could just pretend it never happened. They would never have to know, and less stress on our end with them. Yeah, not so lucky. Because an email went out to the parents, to all the families, and one of the ladies on the committee is a parent. And she saw the email with the wrong date on. She's like, what? And she's one that will panic at this nice little thing. And it's like, so I get an email from the committee chair. Do you know about this? And I was just like, okay. So I emailed her back. I said, we were made aware that the school assumed the wrong date of Dutch Fest. We were made aware of this fact on Monday. We are meeting next week to problem solve, figure out what we're going to do so Dutch Fest can run smoothly. And she was happy with that. Okay, we're going to move on. So that was all, not this week, but the week before. Monday, I come in. My coworker Tara, who we're kind of in this together, she's on vacation. She is out of the country even. So it's like, she's like, even though I'm gonna be like hiking in the mountains in Norway, just text me what's going on. I'm like, no, you enjoy your vacation. She's like, no, I need to know. Okay. So Monday, an email was sent out to all the families and to all the staff. It's all user email. Basically, we messed up, and this is the new date of the in-service. This is the new date of, or not the new date, but like this is the date of the in-service. This is the date of Dutch Fest. It will be full staff, full students on the 20th. Unlike what we had said before. Wow. I was shocked when I saw that. Like, whoa. You're actually gonna take the, like, she took the blame. Like, that's big. I mean, for such a big organization that we have. And yeah, I was just like, okay, great. Now we have this figured out. They moved their date. Awesome. So I texted Tara. Now, guess what email I just got? And she's like, well, you're still gonna have the meeting, which was scheduled for on Tuesday. I was like, yes, because I still want to reiterate, we still need to get it, even though you're having an in-service, we still need to get into the school to set up stuff. And so I honestly went into that meeting just like, I knew Brian was gonna fight for me, the VP of my department. I knew Bill was gonna fight for me, the president. Like, he's aware of what the problem was. And it wasn't my fault. It wasn't Tara's fault. Anyway. But now that this other thing had been solved, it's like, okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. But even though we're going to have an in-service, we still need to get into that building. It's several buildings, actually. And so I just went in and I was like, okay, thank you so much for fixing this. I really appreciate it. Here's where we need to be in on that Friday. And I was like, this. And I think I got to her when I was like, you know, we used to store the bakery items in this one room, but that's no longer accessible to us. So we moved it to a classroom. And then I realized there's peanuts and stuff in there, which that cannot be in the classrooms with these kids. I mean, they're already dealing with enough with their disabilities and everything else. Like, they don't need to have. They might have peanut allergies, who knows? And so I was like, so I need to find a new place to put this. And she was like, oh yeah, we'll find a place. And then she apologized. She's like, I'm sorry for creating this problem. It's my fault for assuming And I was just like, I just kind of try to keep my face neutral. And I was like, thank you. And if you could just send me the schedule of where you're going to be in the buildings and when, because they're actually leaving campus in the afternoon, so Dutch Fest can have the whole run of the school that afternoon. I'm like, thank you. So, oh, what a day. What a week. Yeah. And in the midst of all of that, I had a malaria scare. So, for those of you who knew, my parents were missionaries when I was little. We were in Zambia, which is in southern Africa. And I contracted malaria while I was there. I was 5 or 6, somewhere around there. And it's something that never goes away. You get it by a mosquito bite. You won't get it being around me It's only through mosquito bite. And it never goes away, and you can have reoccurrences. I have been to the ER twice with it. It's very scary. My last reoccurrence was in March of 2020. That was a fun time. But, yeah, so I was home by myself. Ryan had something going on that night, and I was looking forward to it. I was like, I'm gonna have a night to myself, and I can just knit and crochet however I want. This is awesome. And I had dinner, did the dishes, and as I was doing the dishes, I started feeling a little queasy, and like, and so then I went and laid down. I didn't really get back up. I laid, and so like, just the stress of it, I was like, you know it's coming. And I honestly was laid there like, okay. And I was counting through all the different symptoms, and I'm like, do I have this one? Do I have this one? Do I have this one? Thankfully, it was a one and done situation. I took a hot shower after everything was done and went back to bed. And then I was fine. So, yeah, that was pretty scary. But I will say, I have been influenced, and if I had been influenced a little sooner, I would have had this little companion with me in the bed. So I don't know how many of you watch Allie from Little Drops of Wonderful. And then she also has a family vlog channel called This Little Wonderful Life. This Little Wonderful Life or Just Little Wonderful Life? Anyway, I'll link them both down below. She bought what she calls a bed desk. So she can have her laptop or tablet watch YouTube, and it's comfortably situated at a perfect level, so she can just sit there and in her bed and knit or crochet. And so I was like, I don't even know. It's like she bought this months ago, and all of a sudden I'm like, I need a bed desk. I just need one. And if I'd had one when I was sick, it might have made things a little better. But when I was looking on Amazon, there were some that were like $70. Like, what in the world? Mine's a little more expensive. Like, it's not $70. But it's not like a $20 one either. It's got some stuff on it. Yeah. So here is my desk. Here. Oh. What really sold me was the cup holder. See, I have the cup holder here. And then this is a USB port. So there's actually a plug back here so you can plug it in. It came with a little book light thing. So like if you're reading a book, you can have the light over it to help you read. And it also came with a fan. Actually. It's my fan. So you just plug this in here and like, there you go. So this is actually to hold like your tablet or anything. It also has, here, I'll show it right back. It has a drawer here. So I have like all my USB stuff, like flash drives. I have the cables that plugs in here. I have a pen in case I need it. And then of course these just fold out like that. I love it. I love it. And the other night, so Ryan and I have gotten in the habit of watching cruise videos before we go to sleep. And so the other night I pulled it out and set the laptop. He's like, okay. And I was like, you don't have to have it laying on your lap or my lap. And because it's elevated, like we can hear it better because the speakers are more closer to your ear. All of that. So anyway, I love it. I'm very excited about it. I've only had it for a few days. So yeah. Perfect. And I actually used it last night. So there's a movie that just came out. It had a limited theater release, but it came out on Disney Plus. It's called Young Woman and the Sea, and it is the story of Gertrude Ederle, the first woman to swim the English Channel. And I have always been interested in her story. I have wanted to learn more about her. Obviously, this is a movie. It's not really true to life. Because they embellish a lot of things. So, anyway, I've been, the one reason that, the two reasons why I was really interested in her story is because I used to be a swimmer. I love being in the water. I still do. And actually it was maybe I will add the pool access to my rec center membership and go swimming. I actually bought a new swimsuit with Prime Day. I bought the bed desk and I bought a new swimsuit. Although it's not very good for, it wouldn't be perfect for swimming laps. But the other thing that I've always loved, that scared me. Just started moving. Anyway, the other thing that I always loved about her story is she swam the English Channel on August 6th, which is my birthday. Years before I was born, but anyway, it was a great movie. I highly recommend it. So good. Okay, well, with that, shall we get on with the podcast? Let's talk about the yarny goodness. Yes, I think we should. So, I have one finished object. I do. It was living in this gorgeous bag that was made for me by my Advent swap buddy, Jill. Thank you so much, Jill. It's a cute little cube bag. Loved it. And so in this, I had my Christmas socks. So the yarn that I use is Knit Picks Stroll, which is 75/25 superwash merino nylon blend. It is a sock weight or fingering weight. I ordered it bare so I could dye it myself. And actually, I ordered 2 skeins of it, dyed it to send to my Advent swap buddies. And I love the color so much, I took 25 grams off of each. That sounds so bad when I say it. I will do better this year though. But here is the Lori Lulu Crochet Christmas 2023 colorway. So it's green and red, obviously, Christmas. And then I had purple and blue and pink in there as well, just to kind of make it more like of a fun Christmas. And then for heels, toes, and cuffs, I had minis or leftovers from other projects that had those colors in it. Not the exact colors. I mean, the green is a lot lighter, this purple is a lot lighter, the blue is a lot darker. But anyway, so did my basic, the same recipe I always do, which is the basic toe-up sock pattern by Wendy Progner-Geckner. I do it 2 at a time. And then I did the shadow wrap heel. The tutorial is by Denise of Earth Tones Girl. But I did my heels a little different this time. Here they are. So, obviously, contrast toe. And then I added a stripe before I did the contrast cuff. But look at these heels. So when I participated in the Strictly Sock Along last year, somebody had did this with their heels where they did the first half in one color and then the second half in another. And I was like, that is so awesome. I need to do that too. So that's how I got all 5 colors in the contrast, heels, toes, and cuffs, because that's only 3 things. But yeah, I love how these turned out. I'm so excited about these. So yeah, so here's where I was last time. I was almost to the heel, so I finished the heel, did the leg, and then the cuff. I finished these, not the Tuesday, Wednesday, I can't remember. But yeah, and then last night while watching Young Woman in the Sea, I wove in the ends. So yeah, and of course having two colors means there's more ends to weave in on your heel, and I definitely cut the yarn. So yeah, the main color, and I usually try to just keep it there's a trick so you don't have to cut the yarn, and that's less ends for you to weave in. But I just didn't want to keep track because I'd do it 2 at a time, so I'd have 2 balls of the main color, and then I'd have the one color for the first part of the heel, the second. I was like, that's just too many balls to be handling. So yeah, oh, that was so cute. So excited. So pictures need to be taken, and then I can wear them for Christmas in July, right? Yeah, this week, Thursday is the 25th, so then it's like 5 months till Christmas. Yikes. No, not yikes. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's the only finished object I have. Makes in progress. I have 3. I have 1 that's just a make, and then I have 2 designs in progress. I know, right? Let's just go with the regular make. I pulled out my Crochet Memories blanket again. So the yarn is basically a corner to corner, join as you go. Use leftover scraps from projects. I started it with that, and then I'm adding this year, 2023, my yarn advent swap yarns I'm adding into the blanket. So it's getting so big. Alrighty. I actually added 3 colors since you last saw it. So here we go. We'll start with this gray. And then I added this like green and orange. I left this one in. I wove in all the ends already, but I left this one to show you my yarn chicken win. This yarn, this one came with this really cute little Rudolph stitch marker. Yeah, I have a little kitty in a teacup. And then on this end, there we go, I added these 2 orange ones. That is all the yarn. That's as many as it would let me make with that ball. So, I mean, look at this. Look at this. So I have this blue line here. Can you see? There we go. There it is. That's to separate from my minis from the yarn advent swap minis. And I've started like squaring off the blanket. Although, even when I do finish it, I mean, it's pretty wide. It's a square right now, actually. I may just go around and add more around the edges. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I know I'll have enough yarn from leftover stuff to put in to make this blanket as big as it needs to be. So yeah. So that's that project. And then I have a design. So when I lived in Africa, I got this chichingi, and then I sent it to Kalisha from Quirky Monday Craft Cast. And she made several project bags for me out of this. My cousin gave me this. I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Because she's from Kansas. Anyway. A new pin to the thing. Alright. In here is my Rainbows and Feathers shawl that I'm making. Inspired by Josephine Baker. Love her. And actually now I'm like, I think I need to make something for Gertrude Ederly. We shall see. Yeah. Okay, so the yarns that I'm using, I have this beautiful purple and this beautiful rainbow. These are both lace weight. This one obviously is mohair. This is just 100% wool, I believe. I don't know where the ball bands are. Let me see if I can find them. Hold on. Oh, I think they're in the notions pouch. Yeah. Okay. So the rainbow yarn is Mode Knit Yarn. 100% superwash merino, lace weight. Colorway is Night Music. And then this lovely one is Leading Men Fiber Arts. And their mohair silk. It is 72% Super Kid mohair, 28% mulberry silk. And the colorway Royalty. So it's a purple bluish tonal. Gorgeous. Love it. So I had done, oh, I forgot to grab it. I had done a practice shawl before. And just the way it was shaped just didn't work. So now I've got a new shape, new design, all of that. So it's basically going to be worked in 2 panels. Oh my goodness gracious. So here is panel number 1. Last time you saw, I was here. So I just done the first section of mohair. And now I have done 3 sections of mohair. And there. Oh my gosh. I still got a long way to go. And then I started the second panel. And this is as far as I've gotten. See the lovely stitch marker holding the end. Also, my friend Lori gave us these stitch markers at Love Knots, which is my knit night at the church. Yeah, it's a cicada. And I don't know if you noticed last time, but it was quiet last time. They're gone. It's so nice to just walk outside and not be bombarded with noise. Oh, love it. Love it. So, here is my lovely Rainbows and Feathers shawl. Design in progress. Very excited. Although I haven't worked on it for over a week, so I really need to get working on it. My other making progress. Let's clean some of this up. My other making progress is a knit design. I know, right? So I wanted to make something, because most of my designs are inspired by women that I've learned about, and just they really impressed me and all that. So this is for Louisa May Alcott, the author of Little Women. And it's perfect because the yarn that I got, I don't have the ball band in here, do I? Oh, I do. It is Bumblebee Acres Fiber Farm. On their squishy DK, which is a 75-25 merino nylon blend. It's from their Little Women line, and it's called Meg March, which is the older sister. And as the older sister, I definitely identify with Meg. Oh, I was working on this after I wove in the ends. I was working on this while watching Young Woman in the Sea, and Trudy's older sister is Meg. And I was just like, perfect. So yeah, so I'm working on a cowl, and I have different cables, because some cables mean different things, so I picked cables that represent the 4 March sisters. And so since this is just the Meg colorway, I'm doing the Meg one, which is a zigzag to represent the ups and downs of marriage. Yeah, I really like how this all turned out. What is my husband doing? Can you hear the garage door? I'm like right above the garage, so, or right next to it. Anyway. But oh my gosh, look at how this yarn is working up. It's so pretty. I am in love with this one. And then my marker for the beginning of the round, you can kind of see it there. It's actually a stack of books, which is perfect. And then I have these little stitch markers, these little kitties. So I have this yarn here for me to practice and do all 4 girls around the cowl. I haven't quite I wanted to do the big one first. But yeah, so it's actually been living in this bag that was made by me. This fabric is the exact fabric that my grandma made something for me. I can't remember what it was, but I remember this fabric from my childhood. So it's a very special bag. Okay, I'm still warm. But it is 80 degrees, something like that. I think that's what they said we're supposed to get up to, and my air conditioner is off, and I'm wearing a sweater, so yeah. Only a little bit more to go, and then we'll be done. So, things that I'm going to start on. I really need to, it's been on my to-do list for a while. It's been in my queue. Let me grab the, okay. So if you remember, was it a couple of summers ago? I found a pattern book of crochet Disney princesses that my church gave to me for my birthday. And then for Christmas, they gave me the Disney princes pattern. And so I made Tiana and I made Rapunzel, my 2 favorite ladies. They do have Eugene in here. They do not have Naveen. So I'm going to have to figure out how to do him by mixing some of these. So yeah, I want to start on Eugene here soon. Actually, this sweater I made for the Summer of Romance cowl because the colors remind me of Rapunzel and Eugene. So yeah, so I'm going to start working on Eugene soon. I need to go through my stash and make sure I have all the colors I need for that. And then also, because I finished a pair of socks, I need to start another pair of socks. So, it's actually living in my cute little Japanese knot bag. Who did I get this from? Do they have their tag in here? There's no tag. I want to say it was KT and the Squid when she used to sell bags, but it's cute little hedgehogs. It's so cute. So I'm gonna try something new with this pair of socks. Yeah. So here's the yarn. It is a Schoppel Zauberball Crazy. This is a German company. It is 100%, or sorry, it just says 100 grams. So give me the, oh, 75-25. Of course, it's all in German, but I'm guessing 75% virgin wool, 25% nylon. Okay, the colorway is called Indish Rosa, which is Indian Rose. So, very pretty. But since it is one ball, I'm not going to split it into two. I'm going to do one sock at a time. I know, right? And I bought these. Can you even see how tiny? So these are the 9-inch circulars. It's 2.5 millimeter, so it's a US 1.5 needle. It's the size I always use, but I always use a 40-inch cable because I have 2 socks. So we're going to give this a go. See how this goes. I haven't decided if I want to do a cuff down or a toe up. We'll see. We'll see what I do, because it'll probably be this afternoon that I start these. Because I like to have something to do during Sunday school at church tomorrow. So yeah. I'm very excited about these socks. I may just do toe up, because that's what I know and that's what I love. I like doing toe up. Anyway, so that is all for today. It's been, oh, I forgot I stopped. I was like, oh, it's only been 30 minutes. No, that says 3 minutes, Lori. And now it says 4. Anyway, this afternoon, we finally have tomatoes and peppers from our garden and cilantro, so we're gonna make some salsa. I hope it goes well. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna go so I can turn the air conditioning back on, cool down. I will see you in a couple weeks. God bless. Bye!